Welcome back to Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans. I'm Steven, and tonight, whenever the heck you're watching this, we are getting into the one, the only, one of my personal favorites, Four Roses Single Barrel. Four Roses Single Barrel. What the heck is it? This is, it's a single barrel from, you guessed it, Four Roses. You're getting the hang of this. This is just the normal 50% ABV Four Roses that you can find at the store any given day of the week. They do have picks, which are at cask strength, barrel proof. Those are just limited, and you know how the pick world goes. But today, we're just reviewing the normal, typical one you can find on your shelf any day of the week for $40-ish. 35 in my area more often than not, which is fan-freaking-tastic. That's why it's one of my favorites. But typical MSRP is around $40-ish. This is 60% corn, 35% rye, and 5% malted barley. So it's an insanely high rye mash bill, and it's, 50% ABV. These are non-age stated. The specific single barrel I'll be reviewing is warehouse number AN, it's barrel number 25-3F. If we're going to be honest though, this is I think my third or fourth, maybe fifth bottle of these. I don't really keep track that well, if we're going to be honest. But from memory, they're all very, very similar. I've never had two at the same time, so I've never side-by-sided them and compared them. But from memory, they're all very similar. Just Four Roses. Let's go ahead and get on the nose of this beautiful $40 single barrel bourbon. On the nose. Ooh, Four Roses is so good. It's spicy, very herbaceous, but also kind of like sweet. It's like a sweet, spicy. Kind of reminds me of like a sweeter, like high corn rye almost. Which, I mean, that makes sense, it being 60% corn and 35% rye. That's a huge amount of rye. That's super high rye. This is very like floral and herbaceous. There's a slight like tea note, a lot of vanilla, a little bit of honey, and some citrus like a lemon. Little bit of like a dried fruit, almost like a dried apricot, dried peach in there. No heavy like peppery notes or anything like that. It's all just like light floral herbaceous notes. It's very nice. It's slightly lighter than I remember before this review, but it's very light, delicate, but intriguing. It's very inviting. Let's go ahead and get on the palate. It starts off with a huge hit black pepper, and then fades into this very, very sweet floral, like fruity type palette. It's like almost like a vanilla pound cake with like, what is that? Peaches and white cherries almost. Yeah, I'm gonna go peaches, white cherries, honey, lots of honey. It's very honey and vanilla. Little bit of black pepper, little bit of like a black tea note. That initial hit of just rye spice is so good. And the viscosity, solid. And it keeps on like, the finish is going in a wave of like, almost like black pepper and honey. It's like waving in and out like black pepper, honey, black pepper, honey, black pepper, honey. Palate is a ride. It's like, if you've ever gone on a roller coaster, this is going to be a weird tangent, by the way, so, skip ahead 30 seconds if you don't want to hear this. If you've ever been on a roller coaster, which I absolutely hate roller coasters, but this palate's like a roller coaster. Like, you swallow it, it's like building up, and then as soon as like your taste buds hit, you're going down, and it's so much rye spice, that rush of just rye, like black pepper, like black licorice, almost like you're drinking a rye at that point. And then it goes into like this whoop, and then it goes like kind of chill. Like it's one of those roller coasters where you go all the way up, all the way down, and it's like, you kind of mess around a little bit. It's very heavy, aggressive up front, and then it fades, like, but it doesn't let you down. I know that maybe my roller coaster analogy wasn't the best, but the rest of the palette doesn't let you down, but it runs into this like white cherry, peach, vanilla, brown sugar, honey, caramel, vanilla, all that stuff just mixing together with a slightly like black tea, black pepper note at the end. It develops really well. The first half of the palette is something completely different than the second half. The first half is that insane rye spice, and then the second half is a nice like melody of everything. It starts off like the roller coaster, and then you end in a flower field of just, I don't know, enjoyment, I guess. And it goes for a little while. Like, viscosity feels nice, finish is good. Yeah, that. Black licorice, black pepper, and then floral, honey, vanilla, white cherries. Why white cherries? I've never gotten white cherries on anything, but white cherries. That is interesting. It's a very fun ride. In case you haven't noticed from this video, I'm actually thoroughly enjoying this review. I like it a lot. I really like it. For $40 overall, the nose a little light, a little lackluster, but it was very inviting. The palette is the saving grace for this. The palette is the reason this is such a phenomenal bourbon, in my opinion, and that's because that rye explosion and then that ending note that's just so inviting and enjoyable. I'm gonna have to go B+. I think this is a really, really good $40 bourbon. I think this is fantastic. At $40, you know, yeah, no, I'm going to say B+. I almost gave it an A there, but I'm going to say B+, because A is for insane value picks, and I think this being $40-ish is what I would like to pay for it. If you're someone who likes a more herbaceous bourbon or like a spicier bourbon, or if you're a rye drinker and you kind of want to get a bourbon just to have a bourbon's sake, I think Four Roses single barrel is definitely a great pickup for you. And, you know, if anything, take it as, you know, there's a reason why it's a mainstay in my bar, and that's because it's a phenomenal bourbon. B+ is always a great score. B+ it's probably going to be in my bar forever. That's just what it is. If you like this content, though, please do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys thought about this video. Let me know what you guys think about this bottle. Am I being too friendly because I clearly like this bottle from the beginning? I don't know, but the palate's fun. The palate's a wild ride, and again, I just enjoyed it a lot. Also, check out the Instagram, Facebook, and the Patreon. The link for that is down there below. Go ahead and check us out on all those other things. That's a wrap. Cheers, y'all. We'll see you later.